Hi, this is Clive Nolan.
And hello, I'm Mick Pointer, and we are Arena.
We're celebrating 30 years of Arena, but we're also enjoying 25 years of Morow.com.
Happy birthday.
Keep going.
Yeah.
That's the biggest achievement.
Staying alive.
Yeah.
And still doing it.
Yeah, we're still here, we're still playing. This tour we're playing to some of our biggest audiences so far, which is really good. And, well, come on, 30 years of a band. How many bands keep going for 30 years? So, yeah, that's our biggest achievement, I think, is longevity now.
We only planned one album, so I think that's quite good. 30 years and 10 albums. Yeah, of course, it's impossible to go through life without having ups and downs, but I always think one of the great achievements with all those sorts of things is we can actually get over them, move forward, do our utmost and keep trying to improve ourselves and try to make the tours better. I think so far this tour has been as good as any tour we've ever done before, frankly. So far away in dreams.
Well, I mean, obviously one of the biggest changes is technology. You know, we didn't have the technology 30 years ago that we have now to be able to manipulate things in the way that we want to. So that makes a big difference, although fundamentally the songwriting and the attitude is still the same. We're looking to write songs, we're not trying to write sort of scales and arpeggios. Exercises. We want to find something that will reach people. Hopefully the lyrics will mean something. There'll be something in the heart of the song that will mean something to people. So in many ways the attitude has stayed the same. But every time we make an album, we always try and progress, find something, some new element to bring into it.
This is entertainment after all, and we do try to entertain people.
Are you not entertained? Gladiator.
No, yeah.
Because at the beginning I thought it was more of a band effort, and for the last few records I thought it was you, Clive, that wrote most of the material.
Well, I write a lot of material, but the thing is, it's everybody's putting stuff in, but we found a sort of more organised way to do it, I suppose. I mean, I kind of act as a musical director, so I'd take all the bits that I'd bring in from Mick or from John or whatever, and we sort of put them and then kind of get them into song shape, structure. That's very important to me. And then obviously the recording process puts another layer on top of that. Usually the lyrics, the concepts are things that people can sort of get their heads around without necessarily having to move into the world of Star Trek. So yeah, that's good.
You must bear in mind that the first two albums, the vocalist, guitarist and the bass player did not get involved in any writing, whereas as things progressed, those particular people who were involved in the band at the time did get involved with it, maybe on a smaller level, large level, whatever, but certainly in the very first, particularly the first two albums, Carson or Keith Moore or Cliff got involved in writing. So, I definitely would say that other people did contribute later on.
Okay. At the beginning, the first two records were most about mythology, which was also quite new. I mean, in the music.
Well, over to Clive for that.
Well, we were using a lot of analogies, I think that anything like the Bible and mythology and stuff like that is great to hang up at the front of your song, which tells a deeper story behind it. So, with Solomon, with Midas, with Out of the Wilderness or what have you, There are other meanings that are further inside, but you've got to give images that people can kind of latch onto. So Out of the Wilderness is very much literally about him coming back out and doing the music, and that was very much what Songs in the Lion's Cage was about. If there was a concept, in truth, it was probably Mick Pointer.
Check out some of the lyrics that he wrote.
Yeah, check out some of the lyrics. And also, if you look very carefully at the front cover of Songs from the Lion's Cage, if you look very carefully at the person standing in the arena, it was actually him. He stood and posed for the photograph, and then the artist just kind of went over it.
A much slimmer version of me, of course.
It flows into the ground. I will never wipe the bloodstains from my hands.
Yeah, I'm doing all this so I can put it into a book.
And about the arena history?
No, I don't really feel the need to write. I write my story, and that will involve arena, but I'm not looking to write a book about arena. Someone else can do that, can't they?
Hey, if you want a lovely book about arena, there's a 25th anniversary book still available at the merchandise desk. Of course, every picture tells a story, and hence it's got so many pictures in there. You'll be looking at it for the next 2 weeks while you're having your cup of coffee and tea and biscuits.
But
No repentance here. Don't try to feed my fear.
Found our strengths and what we were better at doing, and ultimately there's only one way of doing anything, and that's doing it yourself. So I went down the corporate route of paperwork, and Clive continued doing the music part. So nobody's ever taught me how to put tours together or run anything. I have run businesses before, but nothing like what we do now. And the process of doing all those things has been a complete learning curve for me. But it was easier to keep everything in-house that way. I don't know my way around the studio at all. Clive does this. What's the point of me learning something he already does?
And also, I think
move forward.
Bands don't run. It's a fallacy to think they run as a democracy. It doesn't work like that. You don't vote for what is the best moment in a song or the best decision business-wise to make which concerts. It doesn't work like that. You need somebody to be taking charge and taking responsibility. And people can have opinions, but that's just how it works. And we've always been there from the very start. So we're really, as far as we're concerned, the best qualified to know what that would be in any particular aspect of the arena. Well, that's it really. Simple.
No, I think you've got to think of it. It isn't like a business, and all these people don't get here by accident. There's a hell of a lot of background work that's required to get to the point that we're at. Still doing it all day, pretty much, while we're on the move. And while Clive's coming up with lots of everybody has a part to play, but I suppose we're the conductors. Staying alive as long as possible.
Get to the end of this tour, then we can think about what to do next. I mean, nowadays we don't tend to plan as far ahead as we used to. I think when we were at the start of all of this, we were talking in terms of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 albums. Now, we do one step at a time and see what seems like the best.
We have to be realistic, don't we? The simple fact of the matter is we're not going backwards in time, are we? We're going fast forward. And what we're capable of doing and when we can do it. Everybody has lots of different projects on the go as well, fitting everything in around what everybody else needs to do. It's not easy, and we're not getting any younger.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.